How you doing? This is Minuet in G by Johann Sebastian Bach. Here's the shapes. We're going to start off and I'm just going to play through it very slowly. I've marked all the fingerings, right and left hand. So I'm just going to kind of play through it very slowly for you. Okay, there's your first 8 measures. The hardest part comes in measure 7 when you have to use 3 and a 4 over here, and that's a D and an F sharp, so that would be the C form, if you want to think of it that way, if you're thinking of your cage systems. If you don't know that, that's okay. But that's a D and an F sharp right there. That's the hardest part in that first 8 measures. I'm going to do it again. Let the bass notes ring out the whole time. Okay, then it's kind of a bit of a repeat, but with different bass lines, so to speak. Here we go. So measure 10, or I'm sorry, measure 9. So you can see the developing of the bass line, for whether, you know, in the first 8 measures the bass lines were holding out maybe a half note or a quarter note or whatnot. Now you can hear the bass notes are starting to move underneath the same melody. For instance, so you hear that moving line there. You didn't hear that the first time. And then here, there's another moving line. Now, this is where the 4th finger will play the G note. We're talking about measure 14. It seems strange, but it works in this tune. Watch this. And there's that part again with the D and the F sharp. Measure 13. Okay, and that shouldn't be too bad. I would take one section at a time, one part at a time. So for instance, that's the A section. This is just A, B. There's just 2 parts. In the A section, there's 16 measures, so there's 8 and 8. You break those in half, you've got 4 and 4, and you break that in half, you got 2 and 2. So phrase at a time, you've got this. I would just do that with my metronome. What I'm trying to discuss here is how to practice. How do you approach doing this? You sit down, you know, if 60 is too fast, go to 50. I'm going to just go way down here. So you put your metronome on. And you do it 20 times. I'm not going to do that right now, but... And then you go to 60. And you do it 20 times. Okay, once you get bored of just playing those 2 measures and you've done it 40, 60 times, 20 times per at each tempo, 50, 60, 70, however you feel like you think you've got it, then work on measures 3 and 4. So then you'll go back to 50 on your metronome and you'll go... repeat that, and then 20 times, go to 60. Then you put all 4 of those measures together. So then you've got a longer phrase. Repeat that. Obviously you would go slower and do it 20 times each tempo. And that might take you 20 minutes or something. Get up and stretch, and that's your practice for that 20 minutes. When you come back, start on measure 5. Do 5 and 6, and then 5, 6, and then 7 and 8, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Then try to put 1 through 8 all together. It sticks in your head better, and you get each individual measure down better, and you start to hear phrases at that point. That's I like to practice in phrases. So, okay, enough of that. We're going to move on. The B section of the tune, which starts at measure 17. We're up here on 7th position, first finger on the 7th fret of the high string, and that's a B note with an open G in the bass. Now this is probably going to be a little more challenging. So here we go. And I end that phrase with the D finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, because when I shift down here, I want 2 and 4 to land real nice. So I can shift around. So there's several position shifts here. I would just do that many times. Once you feel good about it, practice this. Or even just this. As many times as you can stand, and then try to get that landed properly. So that would be your practice for 5-10 minutes right there. All you would do is just stop and do it again. And then you would add, so you break it down into these little parts, and then you build it back up. At first, this may take weeks and hours, and it might be very like, whoa, this is time-consuming. But once you understand that process, it gets much faster. Okay, enough of that. I'll move on. Nice, and then from here we've got not too bad, just follow the fingerings. It's just 2 notes at a time. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Just follow the fingerings. Now here you definitely want to keep a 1-3 and the 4 comes over for the F sharp. Then everything rings, you don't put your hand like this because things will mute out. Arch them up. Now the 2nd finger slides, and we have 2-4. Look how nice that is. No big deal there. Then I have okay, now right there I changed 1 note. I apologize. The measure 29, you have this D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, I want that to be an open G. Sorry about that. So again, we're going to go D, E, F sharp, open G, and then F sharp A. I do have to change that in there. Open G. And those are just 2 notes at the same time. Shouldn't be hard. Back to that D and that F sharp. Okay, so it's challenging, but really beautiful, and it's definitely worth playing. It's a great tune. So what I'll do is I'm going to put this at 60, and I'm about 10 minutes in the video. So if you want to practice for a week and come back and go to about 10 minutes in the video, this is where this can start, and you can play right along. 1, 2, 3. right on no repeat. Alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.